Alright, so as you see, I butcher this window up for a reason. I left a couple butcher marks where the squeegee didn't get. And if you notice, when I was squeegeeing, I had something gashed in the rubber. There was a nick in the rubber. That doesn't matter. I'll tell you why. Because the rinse bar is underneath. Even if that nick missed a section of the soap, that pure water made the difference of not leaving a mark, because it was in the center of the glass as I was swiveling. Now, I want to almost guarantee you that these butcher marks of me not swiveling politically correct, this is where being a veteran doesn't matter, being a newbie doesn't matter. All ages, shapes, and sizes could use that tool. There's another one. We're going to wait for that to dry up. Now, let's go take a look at the wagtail flow. Now, I'm giving up another job, 45 minutes of work, and making $70 just so I could make this video. I'll get to it tomorrow or the next day. I actually got a house to do tomorrow. I'll be giving some footage of that. But I just did it because I got to be there at a certain time. So I'm staying here to prove to myself and others. Now, that wagtail flow is without adding any soap. I just turned it on and went right into squeegee. As you can see, it splashed the top of the frame, but it doesn't matter because even if there was dirt on that frame, it got blasted away from those fan jets. And it's not running down the window per se, except for a few. Here's one coming now. You can see the drip coming. That's coming from the top. So I don't know if there was any dirt in the crease part of the window and if that's going to leave that run down the center. But if it does, then we'll know that I have to just pay more attention of squeegeeing and technique so it doesn't blast the top so much. But as far as the rest of the window, we're going to see if that dried, if that was enough with the over-the-top fan jets. The underneath fan jets, as you can see, oh, this one came. I like the way this looked, only for the simple fact that it left a dry window with the exception of a few areas you missed. So that's good for that tool. You can use that on route work, and you won't use a whole lot of water, believe it or not, because you can turn it on and off in between windows. Like I said, you'll have that wireless remote. But let's try a different tool out. Just as I thought. Just as I thought. Look, this was almost completely dry. It worked. Now I'm going to go a little faster. Let's check out the flows work. All right, the flows work still has to dry. But you see, yeah, the flows work is not good. It's not good. I see it already. The drips and all that, it's not good. Something like that with the flow, I think it's best to go to the side, cross pull with that tool. I know what I need to do. All right, so we know that don't work. You can't tell on camera, but it's spots all in here. There's spots right where it ran down at. You can see. You can see it's going to leave a mark. So I have to do that one over again. But this one, you can walk away with that. So you can actually use a nicked rubber and you'll still be able to clean that window. And there isn't much resistance like y'all think it would be. So let's use the other one. Let's use the yellow mop one. You know what? I've been cleaning the windows a long time. And I've always said that Wagtail is the best tool that I've used in the history of window cleaning. But the water-fed one is a game changer. It is impossible, and I really do mean that, impossible to make mistakes with this. And you can move so fast. You think that I cut my time in half cleaning with the high flyer and then having unlimited water at my fingertips. This, my friend, allows me to move much faster because I don't have to worry if I miss a spot. You will never have to go back with this tool, ever. You can move as fast as you want, and I really do mean that. This is the best route work tool that I have used. But I don't really care what y'all think. I know what's popping. I know what's popping. That is the only video you'll see testing many different ways of a water-fed squeegee and which one is more efficient. Underneath, if you're using it for pure water and route work, that power pivot is the best one, the best choice. The other ones worked, but because I went too fast, I had to go over it a few with the regular power pivot. That's not really made to move fast, the other ones. It's more or less made for residential because you're not rushing through residential because you're paying for your time. So you get to take as long as you want. For real, for real. No one's really rushing residential because they want to do the best job they can do. Unless, of course, it's an existing customer for over 5 or 10 years and you're up on it frequently. So some would run through there fast with a brush. You know what I mean? If you're doing it frequent work like that, with that tool, really, you don't need to agitate the window, you know, really, because you can squeegee it. See, with the water-fed brush, you have to agitate the dirt, even if it's a light dusting, because you can't rinse the window down unless you agitate it. But the squeegee is almost like agitating it too, because you're squeegeeing the dust down because the window's wet, which could actually clean the window for real anyway. But if you're a little skeptical about that, throw a one-pass pad over there, and that will give that a little extra oomph that you need to get it done. I also wanted to say that glass is hydrophobic, and that would be the perfect pure water tool to use on hydrophobic glass, because if you don't rinse hydrophobic glass and you don't have the right rinse bar, you could be rinsing more necessary than what you have to, and it may just irk your nerves. So yeah, work smarter, not harder. I've got it down to a science. This is Masters at Wagtail, and I'll see you in the next one. Bam!